Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day, great afternoon, great night, just a great time in general when you're watching this. Today's video, I wanted to talk about something I wrote a little bit ago. I wrote it when I was 18, and I always, thought I would make a video about this, and, today is the day. I've been carrying it around, and I really want to talk about it. It is a writing I did, and I'm going to tell the story about it more here in a second, but it's a writing I did when I was at a really weird place, and I really wanted to just even see what I thought about myself, and that's how this really started writing. And the first part is, who am I? And maybe you all can relate to that as well, thinking about, how you see yourself and how you would describe yourself. And I always knew I describe myself as a creative person. That's really my biggest thing. I usually describe myself as, I say I'm a really creative and blunt person. Those are probably my two biggest things I say about myself, because those are really my truest things. I am extremely creative, and if I can be as straightforward with something, I probably will. I don't like to waste people's time, and I would hope you wouldn't want to waste mine either. Let's get into the story, and then we will get into this. I am planning to read out everything on here, and we will see what I think about it and if I have any more to say. So this was probably my first road trip, if not my second one, but I drove to Lancaster, PA. It was about 4 to 6 hours from where I previously lived, and I really didn't want to go to this event. It was a Christian event, and at the time I was agnostic, bordering on atheist. I really didn't want to go to this event, but I promised my dad I would go to it, so I went, and I took my sweet ass time driving there. If I could have taken longer, I would have, especially with what I found out what happens as it goes on. And it's just ridiculous. I really kind of regret going, but if I didn't go, then I would miss out on two big opportunities that happened in my life. One was writing this really interesting piece. It's about 4 pages, and I color code a lot of it. It's not really a code, but like I switched off on colors and stuff like that. Once I started writing it, I basically couldn't stop myself. So I wanted to see how far I could take it. And I went for a really long time until we finally had to leave our station. And I tried writing more later, but I could never get the same weird drive, Basically, had a moment where I slightly first started noticing I do it, / just in general. I knew a lot more about the Bible. I still know a lot about the Bible, and basically spent a whole lunchtime just ripping down the Bible with my leader, and he was like, wow, you really know a lot of stuff, like especially like way more than I do. And I was like, it's really not a good thing to have a leader that doesn't really know the Bible as well as, one of your students would have. We basically spent that whole time, and that's really, people don't get that just because I like being right sometimes, if not a lot, that I don't actually think that I am right a lot. Like, there are things I know I'm right about, and those I will hold more firm on, but I don't actually care about being right. And it's isolated me a lot that I have always been a smarter person, and it's caused issues kind of like it almost did here, where I essentially was smarter than who was teaching me, and it almost caused an issue. But luckily we were able to talk, and things were able to get a little bit better. I've recorded this a second time now, and I can't remember everything I said the first time, and I'm honestly a little bit upset. So I'm struggling to remember a little bit of things I said here, because that first video was really great, but I accidentally deleted the footage because I didn't know where my camera cut off, because all of a sudden, while I was recording all these videos, it somehow filled up all the footage and didn't make a noise. It just cut the fucking camera off and didn't tell me. So just wanted to be transparent with everyone. I'm not trying to be all short about this story. I have a little bit more and more things to say, but now I'm just really not in the mood now, and that's really unfortunate because I'm also 6 videos in and just the luster is kind of dying now. And so basically what was happening is I went to this event, and the plan was I was gonna go to it and then I was going to see my boyfriend on the weekend. He lived in New York City and the plan was to go and drive to him afterwards. But that is not what happened. I ended up getting a flu that was going around that was so bad, my parents had to come fucking get me and take me home because I basically became a zombie for the next 4 days and didn't do anything but lay in my bed because I was so sick. Literally, the youth group leaders wanted me to stay. Christians are stupid about medicine. If you are sick, go the fuck home. If you are sick, stay the fuck away. I have literally been around people at my church as well that are literally hacking up and shit, and they're like, I gotta be here because you know the Lord will save me. No, he fucking won't. Sorry, not sorry. I know it's important for people to believe in stuff like that, but do you know what's also going to save you? Medicine. Get it. Stop being sick. You are literally killing yourself. You are not making yourself better. Literally, my immune system will take care of it is not a thing you should be relying on. You can get sick a lot worse because you're just letting your immune system take it over. I'm not going into the whole debate on medicine and Christianity and shit. It's so stupid. Take pills and just stop being dumb. And so what got me to start doing this is I'm really bad with being bored. If I am too bored, I will do literally anything to become unbored. I've done pretty crazy shit to not be bored anymore. I'll just keep it at that. And to keep myself from doing something like that here, I started writing this. And this literally all started because they started doing this atheist propaganda bullshit where this guy comes in, puts on a pair of glasses because, you know, he's not a regular glasses wearer, so he's got to Clark Kented up to fucking play this character. And he puts on these glasses and he's like, all right, now I'm gonna pretend to be an atheist. Ask me any question you would want to ask an atheist. And then literally all the questions that happen are all the dumbass ones you would ask an atheist, and then he gives the same dumbass responses you would think a stereotypical atheist would give. And I just got so upset and I just tuned it out and started writing this. Because genuinely, Christians are the biggest haters of any group of people. I am telling you that right now. There is not a single person who doesn't get harder from hating people than Christians. And I've met a lot of different groups of people. My dad used to be pretty high up in the military, and I used to get to meet a lot of military leaders that were from other countries, literally people we borderline had just truces with, and I got to meet them, and or families that were fleeing from areas. Like, I got to meet so many different types of people, and there is not a single person that does Hippocratic love than a fucking Christian. They will love you to your face and then talk the maddest shit behind your back, and it's such bullshit. Most, if not all of them, are so fucking two-faced. Sorry to go on that little rant, but just remembering all the stuff this dude said too just pissed me off, because it was straight up telling kids to effectively not go and talk to someone outside of their group. It's almost like we're in a cult. Like, you can't go and talk to the other side because that might indoctrinate you. You started pumping this shit into us when we were kids, and that's not indoctrinating. Literally hypocrisy. Stop being fucking stupid. So we're gonna go with the reading now, and it starts off with, who am I? You know, little question at the top. And my first line is, I am a human. I oftentimes see myself, generically, I see myself as a cisgendered guy. I think that is where I all but firmly fall into. However, there are days, if not sometimes, even still while I'm having my quote-unquote cis moments or whatever. I don't know the terminology and stuff. I'm just talking how I would regularly talk. And sometimes I think I'm just person. I'm not a guy, I'm not a girl, I'm just person. And sometimes that comes out of, why does it even matter if they're a guy or a girl? They're just a person. Like, if someone thought sacrificing kids was cool, would you go, oh, was it a guy or a girl? Or would you go, that's terrible? Like, you see, like, there's just so many things that it doesn't even matter what your gender is, that my brain just already kind of categorizes myself and most people as just people. I would rather take care of people as people than any other part, whether they're gay, straight, Christian, like literally any race, creed, sexuality, anything. I don't give a fuck. I would rather help and accommodate people than I would hate them. I don't see the fucking point. Now, if there is something they did that's different, that would cause me to hate or dislike them, that's different. That's not anything that could be described towards them. It's them or it's not them. You see, like, that's always how I've been. I just see people as people, so I wrote, and I feel human. And I'm not going to keep saying I am human because I write that in front of all this, but I am going to say the second part after I say I am human, the first part for the first line. Just wanted to reiterate that. I am a human who is creative, who is loving, who is trusting, who is trustworthy, who is artistic, who is pessimistic, who is optimistic, who is broken, who is a writer, who is right, who is wrong, who is an animal lover, who is an insect lover, who likes colored hair, who likes long hair, who is funny, who is mean, who is nice, who is fearful, who loves to read, who likes women, who likes cross-dressing, who likes wearing makeup, who likes all colors, who is a critical thinker, who is an introvert, who is smart, who is dumb, who likes to dance, who likes to sing, who is quiet, who is not easily angered. And I'll just say right there, even at this point, I think that was probably my only one on here where I was like, I think I'm lying to myself here, but I'm gonna write it anyways, because I don't think I'm easily angered. I think I am specifically easily angered. Like, I'm angered by things that people know would make me upset quickly, or should know they make me upset quickly. It's whatever. Who loves horseback riding, who loves arguing. I do kind of like arguing, but not so much anymore. Who loves fashion, who loves gothic things, who loves medical supplies and medical things. I think that's really a thing because I do like a lot of the medical field. I don't know why I fucking wrote it like that though. That just sounds so fucking weird. Who loves nature, who loves knives, who loves spending time with friends, who has low self-esteem. I don't really that much anymore. I still don't even think I did then. I think it was mainly just about being fat and that was about it. Like most, if not everything else, I kind of didn't give that much of a fuck about. I don't know. Who loves piercings, who loves tattoos, who loves fantasy, who likes video games, who wants to leave my mark. I do still want to leave my mark in just about any way I can that is helpful or inspiring. I would really like to leave my mark. If I don't, that's not terrible. There's other ways you can leave your mark than in the grand society. You can also leave your mark for people and little groups of people. You don't have to fucking do it to the whole world. Who is fascinated by other cultures, and I really am. Not gonna lie, Egyptian culture is very, well, I should say Middle Eastern if I'm being just general, but I really do like Egyptian stuff a lot. I've always loved Egypt. My grandparents have been to Egypt so many times. One of the times I almost got to go, but I had another summer camp and I was scared to go to Egypt, but I really regret it now. And the main reason I regret it is because my grandparents got their names done in hieroglyphics on papyrus, and they still have it in their house and it makes me very upset because I missed that trip and I could have gotten it too. I could have had that little piece. Who wants to travel? Who wants to learn multiple languages? I still want to do that. It's just really fucking hard to do that now, especially when no one else wants to learn them with you and you don't have a lot of places to practice. Who loves music? Who believes in magic? Who likes men? Who wants to be married? Who wants children? Who likes to go clubbing? Who likes BDSM? Who listens to people? Who loves fall and autumn? Fall/autumn. Who loves Christmas? Who loves horror? Who loves comedy? Who likes to be alone? Who likes being with people? Who loves fall and autumn scents? That is true. Who loves sweet scents? Who loves strong scents? Who loves long nails? Who loves long drives? Who loves adventuring? Who loves playing sports? Who is competitive? Who loves Disney? Who loves proving people wrong? Who hates being proved wrong? I don't think that's true even at this age. I think I was just like angsty towards it, but I still always really loved learning, so I don't think that's necessarily true. Who loves being a little kid? Who likes fireworks? Who loves cuddling? Who loves learning? Who loves learning about the human body? Who loves psychology? Who loves Harry Potter? Who is very geeky and nerdy? Who loves science? Who loves English? Who loves to dream? Who loves helping people? Who overthinks? Who underthinks? Who is very present? Who is not present? Who likes to study the earth? Who is romantic? Who judges people? Who is loud? Who loves anime? Who loves manga? Who loves movies? Who loves TV shows? Who believes in the supernatural? Who likes zodiacs? Who hates politics? Who loves the night? Who loves the moon? Who loves Halloween? And I wrote again, who believes in magic? I can definitely still see a good bit of these things still in myself, but a lot of them are either quieter or not that important anymore. Like, I could go down each individual one of these, but overall there is a lot of this that is just right person, right time. But as a overall, I would still say this is a lot like me. I'm very inquisitive and knowledgeable, and I like doing a lot of things. I like seeing everything. It's like what I said in my favorites. I like experience. I like being able to experience things. If I can and will do everything, if I could do everything, I would do everything. Like, that's the level in which I would love to experience things. I hope you guys thought this video was interesting. I'm glad I finally got to put that in a video. Whether or not some parts were cringe or the whole thing was cringe, I don't care. I liked it. I thought it was great reminiscing on not only the story, but also who I was 7 years ago. And, you know, this was a great video to make. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Peace, guys.